Hi, I'm Wendy Nelson. Welcome to Forest Escape.
It's been a while since I've been able to make a video because I was writing my book. So now I am posting the workbenches in the new metal building.
So this is where the workbenches are going to be built. And we're looking at this corner. So workbenches from that window to the corner, and then two more from here to here. So I got the three-wheeler out of the way, just got it neutral and moved it. And now I've got this whole corner to work in. So now all the doors are open for a nice breeze. All the windows are open. So yeah, better. I had to move the truck to a downhole grade because I was fighting gravity trying to get the 3/4 inch plywood out of the back of the truck. So now it's not fighting gravity quite so much. I grew up with these. First one I've ever owned. From my dad. So we don't have a workbench yet, so we're cutting on the concrete. So I put the miters on some boards, and I've got the top outlined, and I'm gonna have 38-inch tall legs. So making progress. Now I don't actually have a square, so I am using the corner of a board to get my square. So yeah, a lot of guys will laugh at that, but that's how I'm gonna be square. So I have, 75% of my ideas down on paper, but 25% of it is winging it. So I need a flat surface, I need a shelf, and I need an overhead for my lights. It is nice to have a sort of workbench to be able to cut this plywood because it is heavy. That's a good job. All right, we've got storage under, storage over, and two wings sticking out for the light bar. All right, so this is one day's work, and I'm pretty pleased with it. And I had a helper, yay! Well, this is day 2, and we're on bench number 2. So using the dikes, slipped. So trying to get out all these staples that came from Base Hardware in the wood. And there's so many of them that I'm finding it hard to believe that these are not used. One or two I could understand if it was holding down a tarp or something, but this is just amazing. This one is a little bigger, as in a wider top for more workspace, and it's a little lower for sitting in a chair. So again, I use the incomplete workbench without its cross struts to be able to run along this 3/4 inch plywood and cut the size I wanted. Starting to make the hutch on the back of the workbench for storage and tools. This bench is being built for a different use. He may well have to work on the gator or 3-wheeler or engines or something, and he's gonna need more stability and more strength. So this one's being reinforced. I don't normally cut things in advance, but I've got the 4 supports that are going front to back here, and I've got the 2 arms, like on mine, that are gonna hold the light fixture, and these 3 supports between shelves. So I've just cut a few things so I can zip it together faster. So David's workbench is done, except the lights. So the lights will get installed Saturday probably. So we've got small shelves and we got a big shelf. And his area is 30 inches deep, plus the little 3.5 inch here. So I've got a lip so screws don't go flying down between. So we're a little bit organized now. So these are the cheap lights you can get from Walmart, and it's hyper tough. And they're $35 for 2, so good enough for what I need. So these are linkable, so you can put them together. So I'm just gonna put another hook here. That was lower, and this is higher. And I'm just gonna screw these in, and we'll be able to have chains from each side. All right, that should be good. I think we'll come back a tish. All right. Now the chain hangs on here, and I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to need to be, but we can adjust it later. So we'll say that this is going to be good enough. Okay, so they're end to end, linked, and I just kind of tied the cord up and away from the lights. Now let's see if they work. So I had to build a middle one, and I'm using scrap rather than cutting my good wood. So I'm hoping this will work. Okay, so they're installed. I think this side's a little too low. Okay, let's see what happens. Woohoo! I am feeling blessed today. Yay! All right. It's a wonderful thing to have light. These are 5,500 lumens each, and it's really bright. Really, it's all you need for a workbench area. I mean, I'm not sure that the cell phone is doing it justice because it feels like it's dimming it or something, but it is super bright. So for a workspace, it's going to be perfect. Are you tired from all your running?
I'm excited to show you my new fiction novel, so here's a little video. When the electrical grid fails, and there's no internet or cell phone, no texting or emails, there's no communication and no information. The stores only take cash. The ATMs are empty. Do you have a plan? Do you know how to live? Only faith and courage will help you survive the promised storm. Surviving the Promised Storm is the first book in the Watch Lone Sparrow book series. Follow Gabriel, Rainey, Emma, Cullen, Terrence, and Brandy into a stirring tale of redemption, friendship, and spiritual awakening. From building bridges in the forest to navigating fractured friendships and looming global unrest, this novel delivers suspense, heart, and a message that resonates for the times we live in. What if the storm you've been preparing for is already here?
Be sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Have a great day.